Welcome back to this week's episode of Mystery Garage. In today's episode, take 2 on drag racing. Let's do it. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode. Now, we have another drag racing day, take 2, and I'm super stoked. I've been waiting a little while for this one, and I think the car's ready, finally ready to make a decent pass. A couple things are going on right now. We're going through our second or our third heat wave right now. We're about 38 degrees, 40 degrees, somewhere in that range, which is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 105 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere in that range as well. So it is hot. Today's going to be a hot one. Also, I don't know if you guys can see very well, but it is overcast and the sky is full of smoke. We have quite a few forest fires in our area, actually quite a ways away, but it's, coming down into the valley and filling our skies with smoke. You can smell it. Earlier this morning, there's also ash, small bits of ash falling from the sky, so it's being carried amongst the sky, but should make for an interesting day at the track. But I'm super stoked. I'm ready to go. Let's load up. Let's roll out. And it is hot. Air quality is also terrible, but today's going to be a good day. I'm pretty excited about that. Tech lineup's getting a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and get the car through tech. So that's put away before it gets too crazy. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll check back to it in just a moment. All right, so we made it through tech pretty easily. Full disclosure though, when I was getting ready to leave tech, my car wouldn't start. Now that is a separate issue from last time. It was more of an issue of what I've been having with this ECU. So I've actually pushed it back to the trailer because tech isn't that far away, and everything seems to be fine. So who knows what was going on there. It fires up now just fine. So hopefully that's just a weird thing. But I went and dropped tire pressures in the slicks. We're basically ready to go. We're waiting for them to call us up. For some reason I have nervous jitters this time. I didn't last time. I don't know, that comes with racing sometimes. And this heat though, it can fly a kite, that's for sure. It is hot, and the smoke isn't making it any better. It's just kind of like super muggy. But we're gonna have a good day of racing. I feel good about today. Fingers crossed, everything lines up. Now, unfortunately, my wife usually does filming trackside, so she's actually busy tonight doing something else. So I'm flying solo, so there might just be a ton of in-car footage. If some friends show up, I might ask them to do some trackside stuff, but we'll see how it goes. I'm really hoping for at least a strong run. I don't care if my reaction time is slow or even if I just get the jitters and it's a slow time, at least I make a full pass start to finish. That's a goal for today. And hopefully near the end of the day we start running some good numbers, but again, I just really hope for a strong full pass. So wait till we get called up and I'll touch back with you guys. Alright, they're calling us up. There's not nearly as many cars here as there was last time, probably because there's also a drift event going on the other side of the track, so that probably get more runs today. I'm pretty stoked about that. So hopefully this car holds up. They call this up. Let's get going. All right, woo, got a pass. You know, it wasn't that great. It was a 14.3, 14.33. I wish I had some outside car footage for you guys, but at least we got a pass down. That's a great step in the right direction. I can do a lot better than this. This is 20 years of dust coming off, so I imagine there'll be 2 or 3 more of these until we start getting down in my times. You know, quickly watching the video, you know, I spun the wheels on first and second. Maybe a little bit of a tire pressure adjustment. I'll goof around with some stuff, but end of the day, it's a great starting point. Full first pass. Well, ideally, I'd like to get down to the 13s if we can before I call it a day today. But a lot of it's just getting the jitters out. So I'll knock out tonight is just getting the jitters out. We'll, you know, fine tune the car. I can feel like I can hear a hissing, so almost like I have a boost leak. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that and see what's up, and we'll wait till we get called again and give it another shot. All right, so racing doesn't happen without drama. So I came back out to the car to fire it up again, and it wouldn't fire up. This is what happened over at Tech. So I took a look at the codes, and I had 3, and one of them, the N80 valve, again, the tank purge, isn't quite happy, so the car wouldn't start. So I deleted the code, the 3 codes, and the car fired up first try. So I'm building an extreme amount of pressure in the tank, and so I got to get that sorted out. See if you guys can hear it. So you can hear that, and that's just from sitting, barely even running. So that's obviously something I got to figure out. Well, it's never good, but there was a crash out on the track, so I'm taking it upon myself to use this time while they clean up the mess to try and figure out what this tank pressure issue is, because the car's still hard starting and it's really starting to get frustrating. So let's get to it. They're getting called up again. I'll try another pass and still keep farting with this issue. I haven't really figured it out, but again, that might be something for the garage at home, depending on how we go. So let's get another run under our belts. catch up here. I just finished my next run. I actually ran a 14.5, so even slower. But in between the races, what I did do is fix the tank vent. But then I was still having hard starting issues, so I went back again to the factory ECU. I don't know if the other ECU now is giving me grief. I might possibly swap over the chip to the other OEM ECU that I'm running off of now. Anyways, you know, my 60 foot was a little faster, so I gripped up a little better, but overall I just didn't have the same power, and I kind of missed a shift, so you know, a little later down the track. So overall shitty time. But again, it's just getting the jitters out and trying to figure this car out, and frustration is real for sure, but I'm having fun. I really just got to get the car consistent enough that I can get used to it. I know this thing can be in the 13s. A lot of it's driver error. A lot of it's trying to figure this car out. But we're going to keep at it. I don't really have anything negative to say about this, how it ran last run. So again, it's just getting used to being in the driver's seat again. So I'll wait till we get called up again. I'll run it again as is. And hopefully we can see a better time out of me. A lot of this sort of stuff now is just figuring out how the car hooks up. Again, I spawn on first, second, and so just getting it to hook up is going to be the biggest challenge. Trying to figure out tire pressures. I'm going to have to do some suspension adjustment, all that kind of stuff, but we're working at it. It's a progress. This car, I promise you, before I ever move on to any other drag strip car, this car will get into the 10s. Even if I have to turbo a different motor, whatever, we're going to get there. But right now it's just about getting myself dialed into this car, getting this car doing some consistent runs. I know it's got way more in it than what we got, so a little bit of disappointment, but I'm still having fun. We're going to keep at it. Felt good. It felt real good. Thank you. Yes! Getting somewhere. Alright, so we're continuing to fiddle with things. That by far was my best run. It was a 14.0. And between driver error and a couple mechanical things that we've changed up, I think it might, if I get one more run in it. It's getting super late. Let me show you guys how late it is. It's coming on 10 o'clock, so or pretty close to at least. I want to try and get one more run in. A lot of people are leaving, so there might be an opportunity to get one last run in tonight. And I'm really I know there's a lot more. This car should be mile an hour. It should be a lot more at the end of the track. Should be 105-ish at least. I'm in the 97 range, so there's a lot of work to do on the car as well as myself as a driver. But we're making some progress and picking at little things and finding, you know, little issues and trying to perfect them. And this is going to take some time. Remember, this is only this is my third. I've done 3 passes in almost 20 years. So we're going to come out here more often. We're going to do this more often. We're going to fine tune this car. I would think this setup should be low 13s, at least low 13s. Obviously traction is an issue in this car, which we got to dial in, but there's a potential we should be able to get maybe in the high 12s, mid 12s at least, before I do any major changes to the car, just fine tuning, that sort of thing. But right now my goals are to get into the 13s, then we'll break into the low 13s if we can, and then see if we can't get into the high 12s. But we'll keep picking away at it. Like I said, I want to get one more run in tonight. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I'm really hoping I can. And we'll see what we got left.
car makes a lot of power, whatever, when you're getting pretty close to the helmet.
Yeah, yeah.
14 seconds or faster, so.
Oh yeah, okay. I got a helmet anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, well, last time we ran a 1402, so he's right on the cusp.
I have a helmet anyway, so.
I can let you know.
Thanks. Ridiculous, but I'll take it. Yeah. Sweet. It's a nice way to finish off a very learning, very challenged day, but I'll take it. Yes. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day, and it is time for a recap of last night. First things first, watching some of the footage last night, it was an absolute must that I went to get a haircut first thing this morning. It was just so hot, so sweaty. I had such a mop on my head. Can't believe I let it go that long. So we got that out of the way. I'm feeling a lot better. But now it's time to talk about the car and how it ran. To be perfectly honest with you, yes, we did hit the target that I set once we arrived and did the first pass of how fast I wanted to go by the end of the day. We hit that target, but to be honest with you, I'm super disappointed. This car should be a lot faster. It should probably run, high 13s, to be honest with you, NA. The fact that it's got a charger and it's a lightweight car, it should be a lot faster than that. So it's our goal now to figure out how we get there. Clearly I think there's quite a few issues still kind of pertaining to the setup that's currently on the car. We haven't ironed out all the bumps. And one of the problems is when I originally built this car, I didn't put a lot of readout inside the interior. Really, I only have a temp gauge. I don't even have a tach. I don't have a speedometer because I didn't really set any of that stuff up. So it's really hard to work with a car on the track when you don't know what your RPMs are. You don't know what boost I have. I don't know what my air fuel ratio is. So those are the first and foremost things that we need to get. I need to get a boost gauge, need to get a tach going, and I need to get some sort of, air fuel, meter of some kind, whether I want to go complicated or simple. We'll see how that goes. But those are some readouts I really need to see from the engine. There's a possibility here that I really don't have any boost and I'm really working through the supercharger, which is counterproductive. I mean, you can hear it, it's whining, it's doing its thing, but how much of that is actually getting to the engine is a different story. Like I said, this is second, possibly third-hand supercharger. At some point it was rebuilt, but whether it's performing the way it should is still up in the air. Other things like getting the car to hook up and stuff, that kind of has to do with what RPM I'm launching on the track at. And really, I don't know. I'm going by sound at this point in time. But at the end of the day, lots of work to be done on the car. But at the same time, there's lots of work, to be done on myself. I got some dust to work off. It's been quite a few, like I said, 15 to 20 years since I've been on a drag strip. It's been a long time, and just getting used to it again, this car's only now had 4 passes on it ever, so there's a lot of stuff to figure out, and we're going to figure out all of that. I think this setup, if tuned properly, even if I went to a standalone, which I will do probably fairly shortly, just because I'm having so many ECU issues with this car, but this car with this setup, supercharger, I'd like to get it into low 12s, maybe even the 11s, kind of working with the parameters we have. And then I might top out at that point and really not be able to go any farther with the supercharger. It would be nice to try and ride this all the way through to see how fast I can get the supercharger motor to go. Just because everybody, you know, quickly goes to turbocharger. Obviously turbochargers are, you know, beneficial in a lot of different ways, but it'd be interesting to see, you know, kind of as a slight experiment, see just how much faster we can get this car, how quick we can get it to go with the supercharged setup, whether we change you know, pulleys and everything else to do with the engine, like start doing other mods like bigger fuel systems and you know, obviously a standalone ECU, and start working on you know some head work maybe or what have you. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how far we can get this engine to go as is. But you know, overall, as kind of disappointed and happy at the same time I'm fully following for this drag racing thing, and I think I'm hooked now. And it's hard to just stop thinking about it all the time. Even when I'm in the shop doing other things, I'm thinking about this car and getting this car faster on the track, and I think it's starting to consume me a little bit, and I'm really starting to like it. So I think that might be the direction that part of this channel is going to start to go in pretty soon, because ultimately it's, you know, I started this not essentially as a how-to, but it's basically just a chronological order of my interests in Volkswagens and having fun with it and bringing you guys along for the ride and having fun with us and stuff. And I think this is a direction that I personally want to go. I want to explore this and get faster with this car. So in order to hit some funds, I think we might be selling some channel cars. Only the completed ones, or the ones that are kind of hit their end of the road on this channel. Potentially the turbo diesel Jetta. Not really sure. We do need to raise some funds, start throwing money at this car. Getting things faster. We got a lot of other stuff still coming on the channel, but at the same time, this drag racing thing has got me hooked. I'm having a great deal of fun. So stay tuned for a lot more on that, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're not currently subscribed to this channel, I highly recommend that you do. Thank you everybody who came by the track and said hello. Thank you everybody who messaged me afterwards. We're getting somewhere. It's just going to take a little bit more time. We still got 5 races left in the season. There's one coming up again pretty soon, so we're gonna get back to work on this pretty quick. I got a very medium to short list of things that must get done before next race, because I want to see the readout in the interior, RPMs, boost, some sort of wideband. We'll figure that out. We also need to get a little bit of work done on the engine. I might size up the injectors a little bit. Might run a bigger MAF. All sorts of things are on the table before next race. We've got a little bit of time to get that done. So again, thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Till next time, take care.